This video is going to describe some of the features on printing a large worksheet. If I were to look at this worksheet right now, it is a listing of various courses. It has the column headings across row 1 that identify what information is in each column. And in column A, it's listing the course ID. If I were to print this worksheet without making any changes, I go up to File, Print. You can see I'll be printing 4 pages. The first page looks okay. It fits as many columns in this page as it can. If I go to page 2, I'm printing the bottom of this worksheet, but it doesn't identify what the column headings are in each one of these columns on page 2. In page 3, I see the last 3 columns that are printed, but I don't know what course ID this is. So there is a way to repeat columns to the left of every page that you print and rows to repeat at the top of every page to print. To do this, we return back to our worksheet and we click on the Page Layout ribbon. You click Print Titles, and here in the Print Page Setup dialog box, you select the rows you want to repeat at the top by clicking in the box and then selecting the row. So I'm going to select row 1. The columns to repeat at the left, I'm going to click in that box and I'm going to select column A. As you can see, it enters $1, $A, which is an absolute reference, always will reference row 1. And the columns to repeat at the left is $A, $A. That is the absolute reference to repeat column A on every page. To take a look at the changes that would make, we'll click on Print Preview. And you can see page 1 looks the same, but when I go to page 2, I see the row headings are repeated at the top of the page. If I go to page 3, I see the row headings repeated at the top, along with column A is repeated at the left. And then on page 4, I have both the column A repeated at the left and the row headers repeated at the top. Now, in addition to just repeating your titles, you can also change your landscape, your orientation to landscape instead of portrait. Now if I go to File, Print, I can see some of my columns, but if I scoot down to page 4, not all the columns are printed on one page. So if you want to fit all your columns in one page without changing the width of the column, your next feature is then to change to scale. So again, on your page layout ribbon under width, I can say I want to change the width of all my columns that are being printed to fit on one page automatically. Now if I go to File, Print, you can see I can see all my columns on one page. I have page 2, which lists the next group, and page 3, which finishes off the number of courses. And that is showing you how to scale to fit. Well, let me go back one more. You could also scale to fit height. I could say fit 1 page wide by 1 page tall, and go File, Print. You can see that makes the font very small and very hard to read. So I would have trouble printing that. So I would go back and just say make your height automatic and only scale to fit on 1 page with your column width. This video also showed you how to repeat the columns to the left and your row headings at the top.